today, I would do a little add-on to a couple of short videos that I recently put out about transitions and showing you some kind of easy way to move from one chord to the other, namely the G, the C, the E minor seventh, and the D, and then I also did the C, F, G, and the A minor. Got a few responses back. Some didn't like, doing that way, but I wanted to kind of show you one of the reasons why it's good to have these types of tools in your bag of tricks, I guess. I guess that's what you'd say. It's your tools in the bag of tricks. And it's not that you would play it that way all the time. What it means is that it's there available should you need it. And I like to finger pick. And because I know this transition, it's a really easy way to bring in the bass notes when you're using those chords. So I want to show you that today. Again, it's not the only way you do it. There's so many different ways to approach it. You can approach it from scales, just from different little tricks that you've learned along the way. You play it in different positions. But this is just one more little piece of the pie that you can add to what you do. And it's used by many different players, but definitely not the only way you would do it. Okay, so when I show you stuff like that, I'm kind of trying to add a little bit, another horizon to look at, but it's not that it's something that you use all the time. Okay, so that being said, I'm going to show you one of the ways I might use it in terms of finger picking, okay? But before I do, I wanted to bring out a couple things. I had sent cards out at Christmas time, the Christmas cards, and in them we had a number of picks and things. And I sent one to Paula, and Paula, what happened was I got your card back. See, you did not receive it, and she sent me this beautiful note, and I just enjoyed it so much, and I feel real bad that I didn't get it. That I didn't get this card to her, and I'm not sure why it was returned. I think I pretty much followed exactly, but it just says unable to forward. So I'm not sure if you moved or whatever, but I have your card. So if you have a new address, send me an email. The email is underneath the description, always there in all my videos. Send me an email, give me the new address, and I'll send this out to you, even if it's Christmas in July. Okay, so let me know, and I hope you hear from me. Again, it's Paula, and you're in Paula in Maryland, okay? That's MD, right, Maryland? I think so, yeah. Okay, and then the other thing is that I got this really, really neat card. It was sent from a company called Moonpig. Well, it was actually sent from one of my subscribers, Carol. Carol sent it to me, and I just thought it was really neat. She used this company called Moonpig. I'd never heard of it before, but this was the card that she sent wishing a happy birthday. I just wanted to say thank you, Carol. It was really meaningful, and love your little kangaroo in there, and really appreciate getting these wishes that at my birthday time. It meant a lot to me. Thank you so much. All right, so that being said, there's one other thing. If you're in the area of Winters, California, this is in Northern California, there is a guitar festival coming up. And it's all centered around a school that's there that teaches luthier skills. But I believe there'll be builders from all over. I know of one builder, he's coming from Brazil to share his guitars. So anyways, if you're in the area, it's something you don't want to miss. It's in Winters. I'll put the information here. It's coming up in March. I believe it's the 14th. So look at the description here. Make sure I didn't make a mistake with my memory, but I believe it's the 14th. And it's always a lot of fun. And I think if you are in the area, you'll really enjoy it. All right, so let's move on here. All right. So I showed you these chords. I'm just going to do the G, C, E minor 7th, D1. I showed you here where you just pick up, you make your G chord this way. You leave these two fingers anchored, And you pick up these two fingers, move them over one set of strings for a substitute for C, and then you move just one finger over to the 2nd fret, 5th string for E minor 7th, and then you can move over, and it doesn't need to be in this sequence, it could be in any sequence. Then you move over this finger. Okay, then you move this finger over to the 3rd string, 2nd fret. So it sounds like this. Okay, so so that is the whole idea of that short. If you want to see it, go back and look at it. Just keep in mind, I only have 3 minutes on those shorts. You don't have anything more than that, so you can't spend a whole lot of time talking about it. You just got to say it and make it happen, okay? So I showed you that, but here's the thing I wanted to show you is when you're finger picking, I just use that very same movement, and basically all the work is being done by these fingers in the picking. So I wanted to show it to you. Now, what we're doing here is we're bringing these notes here in the bass notes with the thumb, and then we're alternating the higher notes in between each note. Okay, now let's start out by just doing the bass notes. Okay, so here's our changes, and we're going to do string 6, 6, 5, 6, 5 to start with. I mean, there's different ways to pick this. You could start out with the 4th string. I mean, there's so many things you could do, but we're just going to do it this way. 6, 5, 6, 5. And then move them over to your C. Just pick the 2 fingers up, move it over one set. Okay? And if you don't remember this, go back and check that little short. It's only a 3-minute short. And keep in mind, I couldn't give you all the details on in 3 minutes. So that's why when you look at a short, a lot of times it'll seem like it's condensed, because it is. Okay? We're not going into detail. So here we have it. Here we go. Okay, 6, 5, 6, 5, 5, 4, 5, 4, 6, 5, 6, 5, 5, 4. Those are the strings. And let your thumb do the work. Now, you'll notice I'm anchoring these 3 fingers on strings 3, 2, and 1 because they're ready. They're ready to do their job, because that is their job. First finger picks 3rd string, middle finger picks 2nd string, and the 1st string is picked by the ring finger. So I just leave them there waiting. And right now we're just practicing the thumb. Okay, here we go. Go to C, go to E, just one note, and do the D. Okay? So if you practice your thumb doing that, it's a good exercise for your thumb. And you didn't do a lot of work up here. You're just pretty much just working on that thumb, getting it used to this movement. Okay? Now, what you do is you want to bring in, well, first of all, let me back up a little bit. When you're picking, commonly what you're going to find is you're picking that root note first. In this case, here's the G, and I'm playing the G first, and then going to the 2nd string. Now I'm playing C for my root note. Now, what I mean by root note is a chord is made up of 3 notes, okay? A major chord is made up of 3 notes, and it's usually the 1, the 3, and the 5. It's always the 1, the 3, and the 5. That is a major chord, okay? So what I mean by that is, let's look at it on my fingers here. Here we have the thumb will be 1, okay? And then we'll count it 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so let's say we have a C chord, C. Well, if we went to 3, we would go C, D, E. So the 3 is an E. F, G, and the 5 is a G. E and G. So C, E, and G are the notes that make up a C chord or a major C chord. Now, if you wanted to make a minor C chord, and you don't have to remember this, I'm just going to throw it in because I'm there. Okay, what you do is the third note, the E note, you're going to lower it by a half a step or a semitone, or in our case, it's 1 fret. If you lower that note a half a step, you have a minor chord, okay? That's the difference between a C and a C minor, is the third is reduced by a half a step, okay? You don't have to remember that, and if you're having trouble comprehending it, don't worry about it, okay? Just move on. All right, so now, here we go. We're just playing the root note first, which is the G. Then we're going to go to the C, and we're playing the root note, which is a C. It's right here. I know that because when I make a C chord, I have a C here and a C here. See these 2 notes right here? Those are both C's. What's really neat about it is you can move them up. Okay? And you're moving C to D to E to F to G. Okay, we won't go into that right now, but in any case, here we go. We got G, string 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5. Then you're going to move over to your next chord, the C. Notice I just moved over just a set of strings. That's all. I'm just moving from here to here, and I'm making the G to the C. Okay, it's an easy way to do to transition. So C, or excuse me, G, and you're playing strings 6 and 5, and then you move over, you're in C, root note, which is in 5, 5, 4, 5, 4, 6, 5, 6, 5. Okay? Now let's throw in the E minor. Here we go. C, G, let's throw in the E minor. Here we go. There's a C. Just move 1 note over here, right there. Pick them up and just put that first finger on the 2nd fret, 5th string, and you're playing 5, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4. And then pick this up, move it over to the D, and you're playing 5, 4, 5, 4 again. Okay? Now those last 2, you weren't playing root notes first. So you see what I mean? It doesn't always work that way. But I'm just showing it to you because it's easy. 5, 4, 5, 4. Those are your bass notes when you're picking. Now, what you want to do is in between each one of those notes, you want to put another note from strings 3, 2, and 1, a higher note. Okay, so that's where this comes. Was these 3 fingers are dedicated to strings 3, 2, 1. First finger has string 3, middle finger has string 2, and ring finger has string 1. Okay. So what I did was every time I played a note, I picked in between one of the 3 strings here. I went to string 3. And I played with my first finger. Then I moved over to the 5th string, and I played the 1st string with my ring finger. Okay, so we ended up with this. Okay, and then what I did was I just simply stayed there, just moved over my root note, and just kept on playing, did the C. And I went ahead and just kept using strings 3 and 1. on it. You have to repeat it over and over again and do it. Start slow. Start slow. You know, you don't. So I just thought I'd show that to you because it's something you can use with that easy chord transition. You can do the same thing with the C. Okay, just give it a try. Play around with it, but start slow. And I would start working with the thumb first. If you've never done it, anchor these fingers. You can either anchor them here or put them down here. But just work with that thumb. And practice making those transitions up here, even though you're not playing these strings yet. Start with that, get it down, and then very slowly, one at a time. And so give that a try. Have some fun with it. And I think that's it for today. But I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are in this world.